Hi, welcome back. Now we are going to learn what are the classification of constructors in Java. In Java, the constructors are classified into two categories. First one is default constructor and the second classification is parameterized constructor. So in the previous episode, we just use a simple constructor. This is actually a default constructor. So a default constructor is nothing but a constructor without any argument. So here is a default constructor for the class box because this constructor does not contain any parameters or arguments. Such type of constructor is called a default constructor. And a constructor with some parameters or arguments is called a parameterized constructor. So here I am going to add another constructor. So in a class you can add only one default constructor, but you can add any number of parameterized constructor with difference in parameters. Okay, so here I am going to add another constructor for this class box. And here I add three arguments: double, length, double height, one more double depth. So this is also a constructor for this class. So now this class contains two constructors, a default constructor and this is a parameterized constructor. Okay, so now here I am going to initialize this variable length, height and depth with these arguments. So length equal to parameter length. Now height equal to parameter height, and the last one depth equal to parameter depth. Okay, so this is a parameterized constructor for this class box. Now here I am going to create another object, system.out.println box1 volume. Now here I am going to invoke the parameterized constructor for the class box. So new box with three arguments, 5, 5 and 5. So now actually now you can understand what is the use of the bracket while you create an object of a class. So when you create an object of a class, actually we call the constructor of the class. So here box and you put some brackets that contain no parameters. Actually we invoke this constructor, the default constructor. But in the second case, here this is also an object, but here some arguments are there. There is three parameters are available, and here we actually invoke the second constructor. That means the constructor that contains some arguments. So that is why using this bracket while we create an object of a class. Okay, now here I am going to create another object with some different value, 6, 6 and 6. Okay, now by using this constructor I am going to call the getVolume method. .getVolume. Okay, now we can check the program. Now I am going to run this program. See, now we got the output. The box 1 volume is 125, and this is not box 1, this is box 2. We have to change this one into box 2. So box 2 volume is 216. So this is the classification of constructors in Java. There is two type of constructors: default constructor and parameterized constructor. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode.